a family represent? What are parents' rights to their children? How do they protect their children against abuse? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the excerpts from the Family Code of the Philippines. From year 2019 to 2020, the Department of Education recorded more than 1,000 cases of child abuse in the Philippines, according to the 2015 National Baseline Survey on Violence against Filipino Children. There's a high prevalence of physical, psychological, sexual, and online violence committed on Filipino children. But the question is, why we should protect children's rights? The Family Code of the Philippines is a set of rules and values that can help minimize and supervise children's behavior that are different from others. Parents, teachers, guardian, and other authorized persons must obligate themselves or must give custody or supervision to the child based on law. Article 209 under the Parental Authority, Chapter 1, General Provision, parental authority refers to the parents' rights and responsibilities toward the children until the legal age 18. To understand it better, the parents make decisions that affect their children's well-being, physically and emotionally. The parents have the right or they have the power to act on behalf of the child and ensure their rights are respected. Article 210, it cannot be simply renounced or transferred unless there is an authorization by law. We'll explain that later on when can be a parental authority be suspended or terminated. When a child is under parental authority, these are the rights and responsibilities of parents toward children. We have the custody. Parents have the right and affirmative duties to protect and care his or her daughter and son. Supervision, physical and psychological protection. So, kano siya very important, especially ang pag-develop sa bata, not just physically, but emotionally. Health and safety, education, providing them food, and caring for them. Article 211, so there is a need of collaborative effort between a mother and a father. There is an urgent part of parents that they should unify or exercise parental authority over a child. So, that the father's side, so in the family order, dapat mag-agad man yun sa papa ang desisyon. Kay equal custody rights, asa man dyan ihatag equal custody rights? Sa mother ba or sa father ba? Okay, equal custody rights are granted to the mother and married father. The father has a right to joint custody of the child until a court judgment specifies otherwise. The father has automatic parental responsibility for the child if the marriage results in a child. Okay, Article 212, children shall always observe respect and reverence towards the parents and are obliged to obey them as long as the children are under parental authority. So unless until the legal age 18, they will show respect, and then that's it. They will show respect and reverence towards their mother and father. So that's their responsibility as a son and a daughter. Article 212, in case of absence or either parent, so the parental authority is continued hapon. Person shall continue exercising parental authority. The remarriage of the surviving parent shall not affect the parental authority over the children unless the court appoints another person to the guardian of the person or property of the children. So it doesn't mean that there is an absence or that the other parent mawala ng parental authority. No, because the law is galihok yapon na they are monitoring to a child, especially nga wala na yung mugam sa bata. Na grandparent or something mabinlan sa law, but it depends on the court judgment. Article 213, in case of separation between parents, so dili man jud tanan parents nga magkasinabot, usay depende sa mother and father sa ilang side, the reasons. Parental authority shall be exercised by the parent designated by the court. It can be the either or it can be the mother and father. Depends if the parents fitted the role na given jud anak niya. So it depends on the court, di ba? And then Article 213, children older than 7 years of age have given the right to state their preference, can exercise discretion, and parents fitted to the role. As what I've said earlier, depende sa court if ang parents fitted yun anak nga butangan. If dili siya fit or dili siya responsible na ng butanga, the court decision depends on the court gihapon. Article 214, in case of death, absence, or the unsuitability of a parents, the substitute parental shall be exercised by the surviving grandparent. So that's it. In case several survive, the one designated by the court, taking account the same consideration na mentioned the preceding article, shall exercise the authority. So, padayon gihapon ang parental authority kay usa na may mahitabo sa bata if wala ang parental authority. So, magyagaw nagmayo. So, that's it. Ang law no naka-decide gid ana kay sa family code. Importante dyan nga, mag-unified ang parents, kay maka-affect mana sa usa ka bata. So, sa usa ka bata, if ma-apik na siya sa problema between parents mo na ba ng mga divorced parents, maka-apik na sila, maglaag na lang sila, they have their own decisions, kay lahi man atong pamaagi sa gawa sa nasod or dres sa Pilipinas. So, mag-age na sila 18, pwede na sila makatrabaho, of course, pwede na sila maka-migrate, pwede na po sila they can have their own house. They can have their own house na. Ilan na dyan na. Diba sa Pilipinas, and not just comparing if makita man dyan na ito ang mga evidences na we are dili ta financially stable sa Philippines because we are overpopulated and some is wala na nang eskwela no nga wala na yung eskwela mga age na 19 or 20 o ba na narbaho na lang o ba mga unemployed, so that's why trabaho lang dili siya parehag yun kaya dito sa gawas na like subsidy ginadawat mabuwan, and then here puhon lang. Article 215, no descendant shall be compelled or be in a criminal case to testify against his parents and grandparents, except when such testimony is indispensable in a crime against the descendant by one parent against the other. Okay, we have the chapter 2, substitute and special parental authority, article 216. In default of parents or a judicially appointed guardian, the following person shall exercise his substitute parental authority over the child in the order indicated. So we have the surviving grandparent as provided in the article 214. So if absence or death of a parent, na ang surviving grandparent, go gihapon ng parental authority, continue gihapon. The oldest brother or sister over 21 years of age, unless fit or dili, disqualified. The child's actual custodian over 21 years age, unless fit, disqualified. Article 217, in case of fondlings, abandoned, neglected, or abused children and other children similarly situated, parental authority shall be entrusted in a summary judicial proceedings to the heads of children's home or orphanages. So we have the orphanages in the Philippines. We have the Village of Hope, located at Talibon, Bohol. Children's Shelter of Cebu, CSC, Cebu City, Cebu. Missionaries of Charity on Cebu. So these are the orphanages in Cebu City, Philippines, and also in Bohol. They are duly accredited by the proper government agency. And then, Article 218, the school, its administrators and teachers, or the individual entity or institution engaged in shall have special parental authority. So what is sa may kalahian sa parental authority and a special parental authority? So, a parental authority, of course, sa parents between a mother and a father rights and responsibilities toward their children, while a special parental authority is given na siya sa mga teachers, custodians, or the school and its administrators. So, that's why it's a special parental authority. Article 219, those given the authority and responsibility under the preceding article shall be principally and solidarily liable for damages caused by the acts or omissions of the emancipated minor. So, na naman ka na nga parental authority or say special parental authority. So, in case of, so do you have given the authority to take care of the child? Ikay muhatag og supervision and so they're liable for damages caused by the acts of the emancipated minor. The parents, guardians, or the persons responsible for this parental authority shall be subsidiary liable. The respective liabilities of those referred in the preceding paragraph shall not apply if it is proved that they exercise the proper diligence required under the particular circumstances. All other cases not covered by this the preceding article should be governed by the provisions of the Civil Code in quasi-lex.
Chapter 3: Effect of Parental Authority upon the Persons of the Children. And this chapter is all about to represent them in all matters affecting their interest, to demand from them respect and obedience, to impose discipline on them as may be required under the circumstances, and to perform such other duties as are imposed by law upon parents and guardians. In this chapter, there are four important articles, starting from Article 220 to 224. Article 220 is all about the rights and duties of a parental authority. They're under for this 1 to 9 rights and duties. Number 1, to keep them in their company, to support. Yes, very important. We need to support our children, to educate. Yes, educate our children is very important, and to instruct them by right perceived and good example, and to provide for their upbringing in keeping with their means. Number 2, to give them love and affection. Yes, advice and counsel, companionship and understanding. 3, to provide them with moral and spiritual guidance, inculcate in them honesty, integrity, self-discipline, self-reliance, industry, and thrift. Stimulate their interest in civic affairs, and inspire in them compliance with the duties of citizenship. Number 4, to enhance, to protect, preserve, and maintain their physical and mental health at all times. Yes, as a parent or parental authority, very important to maintain our children like physical and mental health. 5, to furnish them with good and wholesome educational materials, supervise their activities, recreation, and association with others, protect them from bad company, and prevent them from inquiries, habits detrimental to their health, studies, and morals. So, for example, in these like bad companies, like a friends, a circle of friends, if you have a child, you need to check who is their friend so that you will know if that is good or bad, to avoid conflict, to avoid in danger. Number 6, to prevent them in all matters affecting their interest. Number 7, to demand from them respect and obedience. Number 8, to impose discipline on them as may be required under the circumstances. And lastly, to perform such other duties as are imposed by law upon parents and guardians. Those are under Article 220. It's all about the rights and duties of a parental authority. Article 221. Parents and other persons exercising parental authority shall be civilly liable for the injuries and damages caused by the acts or omissions of their unemancipated children which is under 18 years old, living in their company and under their parental authority, subject to the appropriate defenses provided by Law 2180. Article 222, the courts may appoint a guardian of the child's property or a guardian and let them when the best interests of the child so require. Article 223. The parents or in their absence or incapacity, the individual, entity, or institution exercising parental authority may petition the proper court of the place where the child resides for an order providing for disciplinary measures over the child. The child shall be entitled to assistance of counsel, either of his choice or appointed by the court, and a summary hearing shall be conducted wherein the petitioner and the child shall be heard. However, if the same proceeding the court finds the petitioner at fault inclusive of the merits of the petition, when the circumstances of like warrant, they need to secure the children or the child. Last article in chapter 3, article 224. The measures referred to in the preceding article may include the commitment of the child for not more than 30 days. So, not more than 30 days. Kay, kuan siya, more lag na ay, there is something na happened with that more than 30 days. More than 30 days. Accredited by the proper government agency. In this parent, the parental authority shall not interfere with the care of the child whenever commented, but shall provide for his support upon proper petition or its own instance. The court may terminate the commitment of the child whether just the proper. So those are article under chapter 3, which is effect of parental authority upon the persons of the children. 4, effect of parental authority upon the property of the children. In this chapter, it's all about a father and a mother jointly together to guardianship over the property of the unemancipated child. There are only 3 important articles starting from article 225 to 227. So let's start on article 225. At Article 225, the father and mother jointly exercise legal guardianship over the property of their unemancipated common child without necessity of court appointment. So unemancipated means kids under 18 years old. In case of disagreement, the father's decision shall prevail unless there is a judicial order to the contrary. Article 226, the property of the unemancipated child earned or acquired with his work or industry or by unimorous or gratitude's title shall belong to child in ownership and shall be devoted exclusively to otherwise. Last article in this chapter, Article 227. If the parents entrust the management or administration of any of their properties to an unemancipated child, the net proceeds of such property shall belong to the owner. The child shall be given a reasonable monthly allowance in an amount not less than which the over would have paid if the administrator would stranger unless the owner grants the entire proceeds to the child. So if any possible for that, the parents should their obligations to support their child. If they can't support, they have like warrant or the government take action for that. And that's all. Thank you.
Termination of parental authority can only be allowed on legal grounds. Here in judicial termination, it protects the child to do against forceful sacrifices and decision unto their parents. In termination of parental authority, we have what we call civil interdiction, where mawagtangan ng parents o parental authority or some members of the family if naay usa nila ang mokimit og such a crime. What happens if a court believes both of a child's parents are unfit? If a guardian recommends to the court that neither parent are capable of adequately caring for the child may be placed with social services until a foster home can be secured. Parents may be able to meet certain court orders over time to gain visitation and eventually custody back of their children depending on the circumstances of the family's situation. So in general terms, an unfit parents or the mga dili sila responsible ng mga parents is someone that the court of law has deemed unable or unsafe to care for their own child. This can be for a variety of reasons, such as if there is a history of domestic violence against a child, typically in court cases where a child's welfare must be seriously considered, a guardian is appointed.